Thrifted to Homegirl Natalie. Yes, I have no makeup on and my lips are hella chapped. So, moving along. Remember when I said this? I definitely have to cut it because I don't go to many fancy events throughout, you know, my regular days. Really great piece to wear like for a night out. And then this, I have to cut it. I gotta belt it. I gotta do something because this definitely swallows me up. But we're gonna make it work. We don't waste money in this household. No, no. Yeah, so I decided to put my money where my mouth is. I decided on only 2 dresses because the other dress, it is a really nice length. And I was like, you know what, maybe Natalie, you should just suck it up. Wear those tall nude heels that, you know, you technically can't because your legs really can't hold you up anymore and your feet can't really handle all your weight like they used to, but that's besides the point. Now, like I told you guys, I don't have any sewing machine. So all I have is needle, thread, and that like iron glue thing. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is an adventure, so let's go. The first dress that we're going to DIY is this guy. This is a size 12 dress. I am maybe a size 6 now because your girl's been working out. Maybe I'm still a size 8, I don't know. So here is a plan. Plan number 1 is to shorten it. This does have pockets, so I wanna make sure I keep those pockets because pockets are really important. Number 2 is, this is quite wide on me, so I'm gonna try to figure out a way to make them not so big on me. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is that I want to try this on with a belt because I plan on wearing it with the belt. If I just go ahead, measure it, and then cut it, be like, oh yeah, this is a good length, and then I put on a belt and it actually bunches up a little bit more and it makes it shorter. Trying to make sure to not have that problem, you know? And with dresses, you don't want to go too high that it's like it hits at the biggest part of your thigh and makes your legs look bigger. You want to hit it just right. I think this is a good length. And I don't like to have my dresses too short, so do the thing that, you know, in high school would make you do, like, put your hands down and make sure that, you know, your skirt doesn't go blah, blah, blah. But I do like to do that because I'm really, like, scared that my underwear's gonna show or something. So I think this is a pretty good length. Oh, ouch. This looks good. I like this. All right, let's go. First, I measured the length of what I needed to cut off, and that came out to 26.5 centimeters. I pinned the fabric together so that way it wouldn't shift as much when I cut it. Then I measured and put points at 26.5 centimeters. Here's my ghetto setup so that the fabric wouldn't shift too much. Por favor, don't let me fuck this up. After that, I had to make a new hemline so it wouldn't be uneven and just like a fraying mess. So I measured 1.5 centimeters for the seam allowance and put a pin in. I just kept repeating that all around the bottom. Once everything was pinned, I started to just iron it so it would be nice and flat. A little trick that either my mom or my sister told me when I was a kid is to use a lighter and lightly burn the edges to stop any fraying. From there, using some of the iron-on tape that I bought at Daiso, I slipped that in the hemline and ironed it. This fabric was really thin, so it didn't really take that much to heat it up and make the transfer. So in sections, I just repeated this process until we got through the whole hemline. Next came trying to figure out which way I could shorten the shoulder length. My 2 ideas were either just folding the first flap into the dress or to flip it twice, creating this little mini puff sleeve. I ended up just going with my first option. This was super easy. All I had to do was just fold the flap, iron it down so it could be nice and flat, and added on the iron-on tape to make sure it stayed put in its position. All right, now let's go on to the big reveal. I really love the outcome of this. The dress is more tailored at my shoulders, and I think it just looks good just as an oversized dress to wear to work with like maybe some leggings underneath, or as something a bit more dressed up. So with the extra fabric from the dress, I thought I'd make a flowy tube top sort of thing. I created a nice hemline the same way I did for the bottom of the dress, measuring 1.5 centimeters for the seam allowance and ironing it. Then I placed the iron on tape to finish it off. After that, I put it on and pinned where I wanted the closure to be. From there, I took 2 hook and eyes, placed them where I had my pins, and sewed it on. I just used some black thread because you won't be able to see the stitching anyways, and yeah, that's it. Also, super sorry for my raspy voice. I'm currently trying to get over a sore throat, so yeah, here it is, the huskiness, yes. It didn't come out exactly how I planned it and how my vision was, but I think it still looks super cool for what used to be a bottom of a dress though. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so now we get to this dress, and yes, I'm randomly wearing a necklace now. So with this dress, it's cute. Oh, I made a hole. So starting off, I did the same steps as I did for the first dress, but I kind of messed it up. Update, I cut this way too short. No. Accidentally switched the 9 and the 6. But moving along, I created the hemline the same way I've been doing it the whole time, measuring 1.5 centimeters for the seam allowance, pinning it in place, ironing it, and then adding on the iron-on tape. This fabric is like super freaking thick, so I really had to keep the iron on there for like a hot minute on the highest setting. Once that was finished, I got the lining of the dress and just folded it inwards so that you wouldn't see where I cut it. From here, I could have used the tape again, but being that I already used the tape for the hemline, I didn't know if that was gonna like create some problems or something. So instead, I took the long way and sewed it directly to the dress. Now when I sewed it, I made sure that the needle didn't pierce through the dress, because then you'll see the stitch when you have like the dress on. So instead, I just carefully moved the needle, putting it through the top layer of the hemline, so it's kind of like a blind stitch. I decided to change the thin straps to these thicker boxy straps because I just think it would look better for me, you know, better for my arms and stuff like that. When making the straps, I made sure to use a part of the dress that already had this like stirred seam. That way I would already have my seam allowance outlined for me, and all I needed to do was just measure the thickness of the strap, which mine was 6.5 centimeters wide. After cutting it out, I used the extra pieces from the first strap to measure out how much I needed to shorten this second strap. Now comes the long part. Sewing these 2 pieces together, you definitely want to make sure that this is super secure, so I went over my stitching a couple times. So now just sit down and watch a Hilda episode on Netflix. From here, I placed the strap flat like so, pinning it down so I know exactly where the middle point is. Now what I was supposed to do was iron it and then flip it inside out, but I totally didn't do that. Instead, I just inserted the iron-on tape via the safety pin method, where you attach a safety pin to one end of the fabric and shimmy it through till you get to the other side. So I did one for each side of the strap to make sure that it wasn't like poofy on the edges or anything. And yeah, it was only after I literally sewed on that second strap to the dress that I realized that I did this the wrong freaking way. And I was so freaking sad at this point. I was like, no, because I was so happy. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I was like, nah, girl, you ain't. But yeah, anyways, so I just made one all over again, and I just made sure to flip it inside out this time. Then I got to seam ripping, which clearly, we'll figure it out. It's okay. It's okay. I am not good at. But after opening both sides of the dress, I just sewed on the straps. And being the extra person that I totally am, with the extra fabric that I had, I made some thinner and smaller straps to make these super cute little detachable bows. Now let's get to the final result. I was like really kind of shocked in a way of like what I did, because like I had this idea in my head and I didn't even know if I was like really gonna actually do it, but then I did it and I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy. I wish I didn't make it so short, but it's okay. Just gotta lose a little bit more weight and then it's gonna be a little bit longer on me and we all goody in the hoodie. Holy freaking crap. I tried on some makeup that was gifted to me. And I was like, maybe this will oxidize. Bruh, no I didn't. I'm looking like Boy George. My goodness. Anyways, ignore this pasty white face. I just wanted to pop in at the end of this video saying like, hey y'all, I hope you guys liked it. It was a lot of fun trying to like remake the clothing, and I feel like I'm happy that I was able to finally remake some of these clothes. You know, I'm always like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, and then like I never do. I will say it was a little bit difficult because I feel like DIY videos, I get a little bit scared because I'm like, I don't know if I should show the whole process. You know, if I say like, oh, all you gotta do is like, you know, add this piece here and then just fast forward to the next thing, or like show you the whole thing, because like maybe some people are like, well, how did you actually do it? I don't know, but I hope this tutorial or this video, I guess, was easy enough to understand, and hopefully I will be making more of them soon. So I hope this video finds you well. Hope you enjoyed it again. Stay safe and peace out. From Boy George. Boy George on Christmas. The Grinch stole Boy George. Or I look like Robert Smith from The Cure. Anyways, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, because as you already know. Bye.
Yo.